basically, just to give you a brief on me, if this is the first time that you are hearing my story or seeing me and trying to understand who the hell I am, I had kids at a very young age. I was a statistic, 16 pregnant, and I had 3 kids by the time I was 22 years old. So I've been homeless. I've been through all that stuff, maybe similar to a whole lot of you. But the difference between me and someone else that's not where I am, I went in on my own and decided, you know what, this is not the life that I want. I had no mentor. I had no one that could teach me and tell me what I needed to do to get to where I was able to get to. But you do have a mentor, and here I am. Someone who's very transparent, someone that you can reach out to and talk to whenever you need to if you sign up for my mentee program, and someone that is being completely real with you, somebody who's totally accessible. So let's get started. So you ask, how can you help me? What is it about what you did that you can teach me? Now, I am creating a course, so you will have to purchase the course for everything in order to join my mentee program, but I'm going to give you bits and pieces to help you get started if you don't want to purchase the course. So, for starters, people are always online talking about credit. And let me just say this. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. In order to start a business, you do not have to have good credit. It's the stupid way to start a business, but you can start a business without good credit. I did it. But what I suggest to you, after learning everything that I have learned, it's smarter to start a business with good credit. So the first thing I would suggest that you do is to hit your credit. Whether you get somebody to help you fix your credit, learn about your credit, fix it yourself, you've got to get that credit going. But while you're getting the credit going in the right direction, you can start your business. You can start your business and first decide what type of business you want to start. Do some homework on the business. Look up individuals who are successful at what you are trying to do. For starters, do your homework. Start your business. Get your LLC. Get your business license. If you want to sell online, you have to have a license in order to order the clothing. Do the things that you need to do while you're getting your credit together. So we talked about 2 important things. Your credit being number 1 and starting. The problem with people is they talk about stuff, but they don't do it. I can speak on this because I was a procrastinator for a long time. I procrastinated with everything. I would put everything off and I would get nothing done. So you have to trick yourself. You have to set small goals daily. That way you're not overwhelmed. Because I was one of those people, I always had these huge ideas and I would set these huge goals and I would not get my goals completed. So what I'm saying to you is, in order for you, if you're someone like that, like I was, in order for you to accomplish your goals, you're going to have to set small goals first. So I've told you a few things. I'm going to need for you to get your credit right. I'm going to need for you to pull your credit. I'm going to need for you to know what your credit score is. I'll talk to you a little bit more as to why. I'm going to need for you to go ahead and get started. Stop talking about it. Be about it. Just do it. People complain and they say, well, you know what? I don't have enough time. When I get off of work, I'm tired. I just don't have enough time. I have children at the house. Listen, anybody that has anything had to sacrifice something. Let me say that again. Anybody that has anything had to sacrifice something. So what that means is this. If you have a family and you want this really badly and you want to make a change, you want to make more money or you want to quit your job, you're going to have to sacrifice some time. Now, if you're married, get your husband to play a larger part if you can. If you're single, which most women, a lot of women are, unfortunately, if you're a single mom, you're going to have to plan your time. So when your homegirl calls you, no, I can't talk to you right now. I love you, girl, but I got to go. Because you have to focus on what it is that you're trying to do so you can accomplish your goals. We in 2020. Ain't no more repeat of the same stuff that we used to do before. If you know you have a choice that you can go out, don't go. If you're in the middle of doing something that's going to allow you to get closer to your goal, that party, that club, all that other stuff is going to be there once you get to your goal. Listen, in order for you to get to the next level, it's going to take a different person to come out of you. You can't use the individual that you are right now and get to where you want to be, because that individual is not the same person you're going to be when you get there. You have to start thinking differently. You have to start doing differently. Now, one thing that I did when I decided seriously to do things and accomplish my goals, on a different level is I changed my company. Now, when I say I changed my company, that does not mean I left my friends behind. There are people in your life that you need to keep in your life for certain reasons. Because if you get sick, or if you need to talk to somebody, or whatever it may be, you want to keep good people around you, good friends. When I say I changed my company, that means that I brought people around me that knew more than me. Write that down. That's important. I'm telling you. Get around people who know more than you. Okay, Coach Lynn, how do I do that? Very simple. Now, some of us are introverts. I'm not. I'm the kind of person that I'm quiet when I'm in a group sometimes, but the reason why I'm quiet is because I'm watching you and I'm pulling everything in, but I'm not a quiet person at all. So I like to learn from people. Not only do I learn what kind of character they have by watching them and listening to what they talk about and what they're about, but if they know more than me, which they will now if I'm around them, then I want to listen to what they're telling me and be able to use some of what they're giving me, if not all of it, in different areas of my life to attain my goals. So are you hearing me? There's a lot of important things you need to start with. Oh, I want to make more money. I want to make 6 figures. 6 figures is not hard to do. Let me talk to some of y'all that are working, to a lot of y'all that are working a full-time job. Okay, so if you're working a full-time job, you need to learn how to do your numbers. If you want to make a 6-figure income and you have a job paying you $45,000 a year, what will it take for you to get to a 6-figure income? What will it take for you to get to $100,000 a year? Do the math. So whatever that number is, you write that down and you say, okay, if it's going to take me an additional $4,000 a month to get to my goal, I either have to find another job and bring my salary up to $60,000 or $70,000 a year. That way I only have $30,000 or $40,000 to go in order to get to my 6-figure income. And you can make that up in different areas. Everybody thinks they have to make that 6 figures in one area. It's nice to do, and we at it and we doing it, a lot of us. But when you're starting out, in order to get to that 6-figure, it don't matter how you get there, okay? You need to get there. So if you're doing side hustles and your income is over $100,000 because you at a full-time job making $65,000, $70,000 or $35,000, $40,000, but you hustling on the side to get to the 6 figures, that's what counts. So take note. If you work a full-time job, get your ass up when you get home. When the kids lay down, you can't lay down. You might have to stay up a little later at night. Because the people that are staying up and that are focused and that are sacrificing are going to be the winners. Remember this, if your credit score is low, if that means 600 and below, even sometimes 650 and below, but I'm going to give it to you, 600 below. If your credit score is low, especially if it's in the 500s or the 400s, you got work to do. Because if you want to start a business, which you can with challenged credit, it's stupid when you can get your credit together and not have to pay out of your pocket. Now, I had to do it the stupid way because I didn't have good credit then. But I learned what I needed to do by being around people who were doing it differently. When I tell you, when you're around people that make money in a different way that you do, and they're able to bring in us a significant amount, and you listen, you can use what they've given to you in other areas. It may not be in the same thing that they're doing, but you can use what they're giving to you, the information in other areas. So keep that in mind. So get your credit right, all right? That's the first thing. Get your company right, all right? That's the second thing. And make sure you start completing your tasks. It's very important to complete your tasks. If you start something, finish it. Focus on what you need to do and do your homework on what it is that you really want to focus on. If you don't do your homework, then you don't know what you're getting into. And another thing that's so important in what I did is I got a mentor. I'm a mentor because I've been able to go from Section 8 to success in 6 figures. So you need to get a mentor like myself, whether it be me or anyone else, and you need to invest in yourself. Do you realize that when you go to school and when you go to college, you pay to go to school for each term or semester, right? But most of you will complain if you have to pay for a course or if you have to pay to talk to somebody. Listen, money... Let me just say this, not even with money. Time is money, all right? And time is precious. And when somebody gives you their time, they're giving you a lot. We don't have a lot of time, right? This is temporary. So we have to make the best of it. So if you're happy with being exactly where you are and talking about the stuff that you're going to do, but you never do it, Kudos to you. But those people who understand that time is precious and they understand that they have to pay for people's time. You can't get offended when somebody says, I'm going to charge you $150 to talk to me. You can't get offended when somebody says, I'm going to charge you anything to talk to them to get their knowledge and be able to put you in a different place. You can't get offended when somebody puts a course together like I have to sell to you to help you understand what it takes in order for you to get to the next level and offer you mentor services. You can't get offended because people are on their grind. You can't get mad because people are doing what you want to do. What you need to do is get upset with yourself and put yourself and position yourself to get the things that these people have that you're looking at. Another thing that I want to encourage you to stop doing. I'm guilty of it myself. I'll get on Instagram, I'll scroll and I'll look and I like to support people who support me. I think what you need to start doing too, when you're having your little breaks, support people that support you. Stop hitting likes on people who don't like your stuff, because likes equate to money when you're thinking about business. People who love you as a friend are going to support your business whether they care, whether they like your product or they don't. So you have to learn who's for you and who's not. So with that being said, I think I've given you a lot tonight. I want you to look at your credit. Some of us don't even know what our credit score is. I'm going to need for you to pull your credit. There are too many places you can go to get that credit pulled. Don't be sitting back talking about, oh, my credit is bad, I'm not pulling my credit. Look, lady, look, man, pull your credit, see what your score is, and see what you're working with. Now, you can do one or two things. You can fix your credit yourself. There are plenty of books out there that teach you how to do it. It's tedious. It takes time. So if you know you're not going to finish, pay somebody to do it. But I want you to understand, too, there's some things that go with credit that I'm going to give you real quick basics, okay? On your credit, things should fall off after 7 years. So if you have stuff that's reported on your credit, check it out, take a look at it, because it may not be supposed to be on there. Secondly, inquiries only stay on your credit for 2 years. Now, I ain't no credit specialist or nothing of the sort. I know how to read credit because I used to be in the finance industry. I was a broker, loan officer. I went to school for real estate, so I know how this stuff works. But I'm trying to tell you, look at your credit. If you want to be successful, start there. Because if you start a business the smart way, you can use your credit, and that can allow you to attain so much more. Because you can use your credit and pay that stuff off once you make your profit. Okay? I'm not saying lose your credit and go into debt. Use your credit and go into debt. I'm talking about being smart. So when you get to that part, then we can talk about it. Also, you change your circle of friends. And when I say that, I don't mean get rid of your homeboys and your girls that been there for you. I mean, when you go out, you look up meetups, network, get around people that have stuff that you don't have, because it's going to rub off on you. And also, the last thing I want to say to you, maybe, is I need for you to stop starting stuff and not finishing it. I need you to stay focused. Stop worrying about that dude. Stop worrying about that chick. Stop worrying about the wrong things. If you're still living from paycheck to paycheck and you're not getting what you know you deserve, and you only deserve it if you work for it, then we got a problem. So if you're working for it and you're not getting it, we just need to change a few things. That's all I got tonight. I want you to stay inspired. I want you to continue to stay focused. I want you to know that if you messed up, you can get back up and you can get it done. Take it from me, someone who was 16 years old when she got pregnant, talked about like a dog, had 3 kids by the age of 22, was on Section 8, was homeless, lived in a shelter, and has dealt with someone who was on drugs. And that life alone is a book by itself. So if I can come through the storm and I can say to myself, you know what? This ain't it for me. I got better things for me. You can do it too. So stay focused and let that pain push you to prosperity. As long as you are feeling it, it should push you to do something different every day. Because every time I think about the stuff I went through, I push harder for where I want to be today. That's all I got. Y'all come back to me tomorrow night, same time. I'm going to be posting, giving you some more information. Go to my Instagram, please, and follow me. Support me. I'll support you back at I Am Lynn Inspires. I'm just a chick from around the way, West Philly, by way of Long Beach, California, who beat the odds. And so can you. I love you, but nothing's going to happen unless you make it happen. Happy 2020.